All right, welcome to today's video. Today's video is going to be all about arrays and breaking them into what Miss Keller and I call hidden arrays, or just smaller little chunks that make it a lot easier to do multiplication. So when we're looking at these arrays here, we would say, ooh, remember, I didn't draw all the little lines in there because that takes a ton of time and I'm trying to be more efficient. I could sit there and draw all the little lines in there, but do you need to? If you do, you should. But if you don't, it's one step you can skip. So with this array, remember I have my factor pairs right here, and I can find my product by doing 2 times 6, and that is 12. The same down here, I have my factor pairs right here, and I can multiply them. 3 times 4 is also 12. Let's say you didn't know how your sixes very well. Well, this is where we can use hidden arrays. And a hidden array is basically just cutting this array into different pieces. So I could cut it right in half. And that would turn into a 2 by 3 and 3. So I cut this way in half, so I had to cut this number in half. So 2 by 3, and it's still a 2 by 3. And if I do my factor pairs here, 2 times 3 is 6, and 3 times 2 is 6. So if we add 6 plus 6, we get 12. So we get the same thing over here. Let's break this one up into easier numbers. Let's say you don't know your 4s very well. You can cut it in half. And that turns into a 3 by 2. And I cut it into half again. And a 3 by 2. Wow, that's kind of weird how it worked out. We get 6 and 6. And 6 plus 6 equals 12. You can also do it different ways. So we cut them right in half. You don't always have to cut it in half. Let's say I want to cut it, I'm going to use that same array, a 2 by 6. Again, I didn't draw all those things because look how much easier it is when I don't draw all those pieces. So a 2 by 6. Let's say I don't know my 6s very well, or if I cut it in half, I don't know my 3s. You can cut it into, I'm going to change that and cut it into, I know 5, so a 1 and a 5. And it's still 2 on the side. And now I can add them up. A 1 times 2, put my dimension there. A 1 times 2 is 2, and 2 times 5 is 10. And when you add 2 plus 10, you get 12. And that's the same as you get over here. I'm going to show you one more way that you can break it up. Let's say we have this array that looks like this. A 1 by 12. This is where it's going to really come in handy when these numbers, both of them, believe it or not, start getting bigger. So I can break it up into its place value. When I have a double-digit number, I find it really easy to break up numbers into its place value. So I'm going to break up this 12 into a 10 and a 2. And this dimension right here stays the same. So it's 1. That'll be a little bit bigger because it's a 10. And then it's a 1 by 10 and a 2 by 1, or a 1 by 2. When I multiply my factor pairs here, what do I get? 1 times 10 is 10. 1 times 2 is 2. So we're going to be practicing this quite a bit. This is Mr. B's stuff. He loves this stuff. This arrays and stuff like this without having to draw all those lines. Man, Mr. B gets tired of drawing all those lines and I waste a lot of marker and time. So if you can get to where you just draw the array without those lines, that is awesome. Also, using those factor pairs and breaking them up from like a 6 to a 1 and a 5 into easier hidden arrays. See how there's 2 hidden arrays in there? It makes it a lot easier. So we will be going over these in whole group, and we will be using these for quite a bit this year. But I'll see you in whole group, and let's have a great day. Bye.